Hi, everybody. Hello. Uh, hey, dude. Yeah, Steve, I'm getting ready. First time I've done this, Steve. You've inspired me to do a little more live streaming. My, I've been getting a lot of emails lately about working in China and really detailed stuff, and I'm getting tired of answering them on my keyboard. So I thought I'd just try to do a live stream. What are you up to tonight? How are you liking Japan? Yeah. I just got well, Merry Christmas, everybody. I just got done watching Star Wars, The Last Jedi. I don't know why people pan that movie so much. It's fine. It's a cool movie, I think. I'm trying to figure out these buttons. I don't know what they all do. And one thing I want to know is how do you do a live stream when you're playing your games and you can chat and play the game at the same time and everyone can see the game that you're playing. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know how to do that. Figure that out later. This is interesting. So you can report, you can remove, and you can put a user in timeout. That's like a child thing, you know. Hey, you're being a brat. Go sit in the corner. Interesting. See how this works. Over here. Oh, yeah. Yo. Not sarcasm. It's true. It's not sarcasm. I don't think at all. Mm-hmm. One of the one of the things I don't like is you know at night here at the college they play music and they will do like news stories and everything, but they blast it throughout the college, and it makes it very difficult to get work done or to relax and watch a movie because it's so loud. And even if I turn the TV up all the way, it's still way too loud. I can't handle it. If I do this. Let's see, that's interesting. Pretty cool how that works. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay on it, I guess. That's still pretty cool, I think. Yeah. I'll learn how to do it. I'll learn how to do this properly with the gaming and all that. I'm not a gamer, but I do play. Um, I don't really play, but I use those Sim City games. Not actually Sim City itself, but it's what is it? The Cities XL, I think it is. That's what I've used to waste the time at night. I build these cities. Not top chat, live chat. There you go. Hello. New, hold potentially inappropriate messages for review. Nah, screw that. No need to do that. Mr. Ray Ren, how are you, sir? Welcome to China. I think if I do one more, I can get more people on here, yeah? So how you guys doing? Merry Christmas, everybody. Of course, here in China, Christmas is a work day. So, I mean, we worked all day today and we got to work tomorrow. So there was a party tonight down in Cayenne, like a thing, but I'm actually feeling a little under the weather, and I didn't want to party too late tonight because I do have classes early in the morning. Yes, on Christmas morning I have classes, so I'm taking it easy tonight, and thought I'd give this a try. How many times have you dressed up as Santa Claus in China on the job? Never. They've asked me to many, many times, but I've never actually done it. I'm not a Santa Claus. Um, we went to this party last week, and they actually hired a bad Santa, which was great. You know, the bad Santa with Billy Bob Thornton. So this guy came in, and he's got like stains on his costume, and he had a bottle of Jim Beam in his hand, and he was telling dirty jokes all over the place. It was really cool. What are you guys doing this evening on Christmas Eve or morning, wherever you are? I don't know where you are. Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. All right. I'm too young to be Santa Claus. Messages. No, I'm not coming to the party tonight. I'm hanging out at home. Yeah. I should have gone to that party. I mean, I'm feeling well enough, and I could have come back by then. I'm just being lazy, I guess. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. What are the community guidelines for live stream? I'm curious. Does that mean don't get naked, don't say bad words? I don't understand. It's the first time I've ever done this, guys. I don't know. Let me get a little more comfortable. Oh. All right. So I got into BitTorrent. Do you guys do BitTorrent? It's where you take like little movies, you get a movie, but you take like little pieces of it from different people on the internet. Anyways, I started doing that, and now I have like all this content that I'll never watch, like tons of movies and TV shows. I downloaded like every Star Trek ever. I downloaded every Star Wars, every Game of Thrones. I'm only in the first, what is it, the first season. I just finished the first season of Game of Thrones, and I'm hooked. I did the House of Cards. I'm hooked on that. I only got through 4 seasons. It's just too many. All right, a bunch of people coming on. Good to see you. Who's out there? Who's watching? Who's part of this community on Christmas Eve? Yeah, say hi. Oh. I'm drinking a California Red tonight. Steve, you'll have to give me some advice on how to do the gaming thing. Ooh, good question, Corey. Thank you. Overall, than your college job. It's a good question. I would say no. Well, shit's going crazy. It's the VPN. It's just terrible. There we go. It's not better. It's not worse. It's just different, really. It's when you work at a training center, you work a lot. but it's a lot of fun, and the students are fantastic. They really are. And but you're there every day. You're not bored. You know, you're 40, 50 hours a week. When you work at a college, you know, you only work 14 hours. You only teach for, 12 to 15 hours. I got 14 hours this term. And, you know, you do spend a lot of time with lesson planning, but you really have to, you're on your own. I mean, no one really checks on me. They review my lesson plans, but for the most part, I do my own thing, and I go to class, I do my class, and I come back to my apartment. So it's a little bit, you have to be a lot more independent when you work at a college. I love the time off, and I'm going to be having a long break here for Spring Festival, which I'm really looking forward to, doing a lot of traveling. But at the same time, I think I've been a little more bored with it, to be honest. Yeah. It would make you lazy if you don't have other projects that you do. I have been hurt the last 3 weeks or so, so I've just been at home relaxing and getting a lot of rest as my body recovers. So my body's finally recovered. I still have a bad knee. My knee's almost completely healed. I'll be able to do some light jogging here in a little bit, but my shoulder is still really jacked up, man. It's, I like last year I dealt with some inflammatory stuff on my left shoulder, mostly just from overdoing it in the gym. And my father told me what they call the old man shoulder. And so it kind of feels like that again. It's not necessarily a rotator cuff. I can lift it up now, but still reaching out for things and everything's a little bit painful. So I just need to let that heal, do a little therapy on it, maybe some yoga. How about your friend? Which friend are you talking about? KT? KT, where are you from, man? Let me know where you're at. Travel with Aaron. I'm not familiar with you, Aaron. Where are you from, dude? Where are you hollering at? Merry Christmas, everybody. Sup, Steven? I thought you would be out and about in Japan, but it's Christmas Eve in Japan. You must be having a hell of a lot of fun out there. What are you doing? What are you doing in our chat, man? Sup? I love that lazy English. Teaching the lazy English is fun. Instead of saying "what's up" or "what is up," you just say "sup." You do shit like "jeet yet." No Jews. All you gotta do, watch. What's that guy's name? That comedian. You're a redneck when. Oh, Foxbridge, Jeff Foxbridge. You watch him, and he's got that redneck speak, and it's really great because it's a lot of that lazy English shit. It's got. Okay, I am from the States in Maryland. Travel all over the world. Cool. Love Maryland. Oh, that's DC, right? You're out in that area? All hell's breaking loose back home in DC, man. I follow that shit here. Just got a layover in Osaka. Bummer. I hear Osaka's a cool town, though. I've never been to Japan. I transferred through Tokyo once for like an hour, and that's like the extent of it. But girls will do that to you. Your girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. I have many girlfriends. Iceland and Tahiti. Holy shit. That's impressive, man. It's like two extremes of the world. I mean, you really go on one side of the earth to the other side of the earth. Can't get any further away without getting any closer on those. Yeah, it's cool, but like I said, just in a layover, not much I can do here, so you gotta entertain me. Fuck, I'll do a dance for you. I don't fucking know. Like I said, you gotta show me or give me some tips on how to play the games, because I play the SimCity games. But one of the things I've noticed, you're playing all those old games. Whatever happened to Contra? You're playing all these old NES games. Do you remember the old original 8-bit Contra from the 80s? My brother and I used to play that game till, middle, and we win, and the up, down, down, left, right, B, A, B. We'd get all the, and we just play and play and play, and we'd win, and then we take like a 10-minute break, and we play again. So, Contra. Yeah. I love China. China's freaking awesome. Borderline unbeatable. What do you mean by like that? It's you can't beat it, or it's like the best game ever. Because I love Tetris, dude. Don't get me wrong. Those are games that I play like on the old Game Boy. Remember the black and white Game Boys? It can be beaten. You beat it every time. I mean, shit. It's easy to beat. It takes like 45 minutes to beat that game. Go to China one day. One of my goals is to get over to China one day. Do it. China's freaking awesome, man. A lot of people don't come to China because where you go to, you're going to have, visa issues. Well, some countries, I guess. I want to see you do it right now. The old 8-bit Contra. If you can do it, if you can get the unlimited lives, well, it's not unlimited. It's like you get 25 lives. You do the code in as the screen's coming out, then you can get it done. I mean, I can't do it now. I have to download it to find it. I guess you are a playboy. I am not a playboy. I just like the ladies. Yeah, it is. You're right, dude. I want to. Can't do it, man. Well, are you drinking at least? It's Christmas Eve. Cheers, Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Imbibing China. I hope I say that. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I enjoy your vlogs out there. It's pretty good. And keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome. The more of us that do it, the better, I think. And how are you liking the Osmo? I'm freaking loving it. This Osmo is just killer. I haven't, my last video I did with it, but I didn't do it in 4K. So I've changed it over to the 4K. And now what I have noticed with it, it's very smooth. It's awesome. But when you put it in selfie mode and you're doing this, as it tracks your face, it kind of jitters around. So you really have to hold it out and be as steady as possible. So I'm still learning. You have to learn it. So I'm learning it now. But this thing here, the Osmo Mobile 2, which you put your cell phone in, that is, I think, still a better machine. It's just a pain in the ass to take everywhere, and then set it up, and then you have your phone that's kind of stuck in the machine itself. So I had thought about getting like a cheap Xiaomi cell phone that I can stick on there, so I can still use my iPhone for directions and crap. But I think a combination of this and this is pretty good. I have no plans to get any other equipment at this time. I thought maybe getting, a Canon. I looked at the Canons. Hush, be quiet. I have another computer down here that's shut up. It's talking about South Park. All right, hold on. Let me turn this off. Boom, done. All right, cool. All right, so what's up with Metin? Metin is doing freaking awesome, actually. They're about to open a new center at one of the nicer malls in town, and it's big 2 stories. So they're going. They have 3 brand new foreign teachers there. When I left, they brought in another foreign teacher from Australia. He had been with the company for many years and was in Dongguan and then Kunming, and now he's here in Zhongshan. He's kind of like the head foreign teacher and trainer guy, and he's fantastic. He's really taking the reins and helping out those 3 new foreign teachers. I still go and hang out and say hi to them and help them out when I can. I have a great relationship with them. I'm actually going to be spending time with them tomorrow. Metin is closed on Christmas, so this is like the first year they've closed the teaching department on Christmas. Usually you have to, all the foreign teachers get it off, but I've always worked. And so tomorrow they're doing like a little activity in a park with some games and kind of like a little barbecue thing going on. And I'm going to join them tomorrow afternoon after my classes. So our salary lifestyle for Metin, well, the hours are long. I mean, it's nights and weekends. it's 8 hours a day. You teach 5, sometimes 6 classes a day. It's at night. It's every weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So you work your ass off. And I don't mind working the weekends because the weekends in China, obviously, if you go to the mall or a park, it's just crowded with people. So I'd rather just go to work. And then you can get 2 days off during the week and do your traveling. You string them. You always get Sunday night off, and you string Monday and Tuesday, so you get basically 3 nights and 3 days in a row. So you can organize your life pretty good. But the pay is excellent for a training center. Obviously, on a per hour basis, it's on the lower side. But you can make more money on a per hour basis at a kindergarten, like I do here at the college. My salary pretty much doubled on a per hour basis coming here. So, how do you pronounce? Oh, it's rojo, R-O-J-O, rojo, the Spanish for red. Yo sé habla español. I am half, not quite half, but I have a lot of Hispanic blood in me. My family is, my father's side is Spanish. So my last name is actually a Spanish surname. So, and the rest of my family, they're all dark hair, dark skin, except for my sisters and everything. She has light skin, but they all have dark hair, and I have the red hair. I'm the ginger of the family. So they gave me this name Rojo at a summer camp. And when I was 15, 16 years old, working as a camp counselor, and you don't use your real names at the camp. So the camp counselors all have their own names, and they gave me Rojo, and it just kind of stuck. I dig it. I mean, it's a cool little nickname. So, cool. I'm happy that you like using it. Imbibing, is that how you say imbibing China? Is that right? I want to make sure I said that right. Check out her channel. She's brand new to the vlogging scene, but she's out. I think you're in Xi'an. Is that right? Or near Xi'an? But I like that you go to outside the city and go to different places and show what it's like. And actually, you don't just say, "Oh, here's a house," here's a horse, here's a car. You actually kind of explain prices and how to get around. And those types of vlogs are very helpful for the rest of us who like to travel around China. Please get married as soon as possible. You sound like my mother. No, I'm not getting married. I have no plans to get married. If I was almost married, like, God, 10 years ago, I almost got married, and I've avoided it. I've escaped the claws of women. But maybe one day, who knows, if I fall in love. I think a lot of people, with the problem with that is a lot of people say, "Oh, I want to get married and have children." So they look around and go, you, I'll marry you. You, come marry me, let's have children. And I think that's the wrong way to do it. I think you just need to find someone to fall in love with, and then if it works out, you get married. That's just me, though. I'm different. Any places in China to stay away from? That's a great question. I don't know. I haven't experienced any place that I would say stay away from. I mean, there are good places and bad places, just like any country or any city. But they all are interesting in their own way, and I enjoy myself. I mean, this, even the so-called bad areas of a big city are not that bad. I'm from LA, and there are some pretty gnarly areas in LA, and there's nothing that really comes close to that in China that I have seen in any large city. Good luck in China. Yeah. Now I know. I never was sure how to. Yeah. In fact, some dude came up to me at Starbucks. He was from Guangdong, and he said, "Hey, are you walkabout Rojo?" And I said, "So it's Rojo." Yeah. I guess I should clarify that. Yeah, in Xi'an. Cool. How do you travel? So you're a training center teacher, right? So do you travel on your days off? I mean, do you get the time to travel? Okay, yeah, check out Inviting. She's cool. She's brand new, but she just got the Osmo too, and she did a pretty cool review about it. I'm still playing with it. What I want to get is the accessories for it. I want to get the Wi-Fi base and the extension rod, and yeah, that's it for now. I also want to get an external mic. They improved the audio from the original reviews. The audio is better with the firmware update. However, it's still not that great. I mean, because the mic is here. Yeah, it's right here. This little pinhole right there. And when you hold it, you sometimes you cover it up with your thumb just because you want to hold this. Don't want to drop it. So that's a big problem with the Osmo. But still pretty cool little camera. I'm glad I got this and not the GoPro. And putting it away kind of in this case can be a pain in the ass. What are you guys doing on Christmas Eve besides hanging out with me? That girl is safe to you. What do you mean by that, KT? That girl is safe to me? I don't understand. Abiding is correct. It usually means drink. Oh, okay, of course, yeah. But it's also got, to take up into the mind and retain. In other words, to experience something and learn from it. Didn't know that, man. I'm going to have to use that. That'll be my word of the day this week, I guess. So you got to work tomorrow, imbibing? Do you have to work tomorrow like the rest of us? Yeah, KT, you'll have to tell me what you mean by that. That girl is safe to you. I'm not sure what that means. I was working at a primary school before and had 2 months off in summer and winter. That's great. So 1 month in summer and 1 month in winter, or 2 months each. That's pretty cool. Is it paid? Do you get paid for that? No, I just teach on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, that's actually awesome. I prefer to teach on the weekends because during the week you can travel and take care of things, and there's less people bothering you. So it's a good deal, I guess. I hope this works. Here's another thing about my college. There's thousands of students here, and they all are playing on their cell phones, little video games and streaming videos and stuff like that. So the internet kind of blows here, especially the VPN. The VPN is not very strong at the college. I often will go to Starbucks to get work done, and to go to Starbucks, I got to go all the way downtown to make that happen. Hug the girl one day. How about that? I still don't know what you mean, KT. Hug the girl one day. What's hug the girl? I don't know what that is. Unpaid. You don't get paid for your months off? Bummer. Here at the college, I get paid, every month. Even though I'm only working 7 months of the year, every month I get a salary. It's a really, really good gig. And it's on the higher end for colleges. It's not a big, well-known university, of course. It's just a trade college. Most of the students here will end up going to work in the factories around here as factory workers. They do a foreign trade and accounting majors too, but they don't have English major here. English is a cursory course for the freshman students. So that's who I teach. I teach the freshmen. Yeah, you should get paid for those days, man. Or find a part-time gig if you've got your visa sponsored by somebody. You can always do private teaching, and don't get paid a salary. Don't do that. What you do is you ask for donations. Swimming girl. This week I've got 6 days off, actually. I was planning a trip to Kuala Lumpur. We were supposed to fly it last night, but I was sick, so we had to cancel. Were you able to cancel your ticket last minute like that? Bummer. How many languages can you speak? I can speak English, obviously, and a little bit of Spanish, although my Spanish has really gotten bad over the last few years. It really hit home. I was in a bar in Zhuhai, and I met a girl, and my Chinese is really, really bad. So I tried talking to her in English, but her English is really, really bad. So found out that she had studied Chinese, or excuse me, she had studied Spanish. So I was trying to talk to her in Spanish, and I realized really quick that my Spanish skills are are really bad. So swimming girl. I'm going to. There was a not many people in China know how to swim. When I go swimming, it's mostly just, I'm not there to meet girls. I'm there to work out. It's tough to meet girls at a swimming pool. It's not a place you hang out. There's no pretty girls in bikinis to hang out with. What made you go to your current location? That's a great question, dude. Um, I was originally going to teach in Korea, and I had done all the research, and I had lots of friends who were there in the service, and I did all the paperwork. I did the application. I have tattoos here on my shoulder, so one of the things on your application, you have to take pictures of tattoos, send them into the government. The government has to approve of them. I wasn't a big fan of that. And China was always there, but it was always this like large place. But then I started researching a little bit on China, seeing some blogs, mostly Winston from Serpent's ZA. Y'all know him. He's the big guy here, right? I saw some of his older vlogs, shit like, this is how you use an ATM, and this is some common street food. And those no BS kind of vlogs really kind of demystified the country for me. So I started looking at China, and I had two choices. I was interviewing for all over the place, for Suzhou, for Shanghai, Beijing, um, and a bunch of different companies. And I felt the best fit with Metin. Metin offered me two cities. They offered me Ningbo, and they offered me Zhongshan. And I had not heard of either one of them. So I started researching them, and I saw that Zhongshan was in the Pearl River Delta, very close to Guangzhou, Shenzhen. Macau is 30 minutes away on the train. And then Hong Kong and Hong Kong Airport is 1 hour away on the ferry. And it just made better sense as far as a jumping off point to the rest of Asia for traveling. But also, in addition, it's a beautiful city, and the weather is great. The pollution is nominal. It's a very lovely city with. It's not too big, but it's not too small. It's just right. See what else we got here. No refund for the flight. At least I got partial refund for the air. I've never tried Airbnb. I don't like the idea of having to meet the owner of an apartment. That it just never appeals to me. I'm an old hotel manager. That's what I used to do before I was a teacher. And I love going into a hotel and checking in and reviewing them, as you see. White girl or China girl better? That's not a fair question. I mean, girls are girls. Whether it's a good girl or a bad girl, whether it be white, Chinese, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. If they're a good girl, they're a good girl. Yeah. Travel with Aaron. You got to reposition your hands, man. I don't know what we're typing there. What's your favorite place in China? Uh, from the places I've seen so far, Zhangjiajie. Zhangjiajie National Park and Tianmen Mountain, which is real close to the park there, was incredibly beautiful. It was an amazing trip. I can't wait to go back there. Guilin was great. Yangshuo. It's a very backpacky kind of feel. Lots of climbers, lots of rock climbers there, and lots of foreigners backpacking through that area. Donghong was pretty cool. It was a little more commercialized. Everyone warned me about that, and I can see the building and the development there. It is becoming more commercialized. But so far, one of my favorite places to go here in China is a place called Xiaoshan. It's just a small little mountain in Foshan, which is the next city up. And it's got a big guilin on the top of the mountain. I've been there 3 or 4 times. Great hiking, but it's a personal place that I love to go and center my chi. That is a Icelandic for Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let me see if I. That's funny. Glade. It's like the most impossible language to pronounce and to read. I wish you could do audio questions on here, man. I'd love to know how you pronounce that, man. How do you handle students who have no interest? Do you keep hammering away or give them up after a while? That's another great question. I'm still learning it. You know, at the training center, every student is interested. You know, you occasionally get like a middle schooler or high schooler that's there on a Saturday night. They don't want to be there. They want to be with their friends, but their parents make them come to English class. But even then they are involved, and it's a small classroom, so you can get them involved. You can get them excited. Here, when you have like 100, 150 students per class, there are a large number of students that just don't care, and they'll play with their phone. Now, I don't stay at the front of the classroom. I roam up and down the hallway, the aisles of the classroom, and if I see someone not paying attention, I will call them out and say, "Hey, how do you answer this? You stand up." And they've gotten to know that about me. So that I catch them playing with their phone or sleeping, I'm going to embarrass them in front of the rest of the class. So you use that whole face thing against them a little bit. But even then, I mean, I've been doing testing for my students lately, and some of the students just don't care. They just boo-hoo, and they move on. You fail them. And that's all you can do. I hate this. This aspect of my current job is something that I need to get used to, that many students just don't care. They're forced to come to English. They don't want to learn English. They don't see the value of English. So they fart around on their phone, or they chat loudly with their friends. And some of them even will lie down on the chairs and sleep. And it's extremely rude because you put a lot of work into these lesson plans. I haven't learned to not give a shit yet. You know, Al, the other foreign teacher here, he says, he's been here for a long time. He says, Paul, just don't give a shit. You know, they don't care about you. You shouldn't care about them. And that's difficult for me because I care. I care about teaching. I'm still learning that. I want to see your girlfriend someday. I don't have a girlfriend. I have many girlfriends. You can do Google Hangouts. Is that Google Hangouts? Is that the same thing as this? I don't know what that is. I'll take a look at it. I've never done it. I do miss Google. I miss Google Docs a lot. Merry Christmas, Wawa T. Wawa T, is that right? That's right. Harry Bland, what's so sad? What do you mean? What is so sad? Oh, Merry Christmas to you guys. I'm drinking a California Red. So I was at Walmart today. They had this and Sutter Home. Of course, Sutter Home is the $2 chuck. This was about 10 RMB more than the Sutter Home, but that's all I got. I had a nice steak dinner with some steamed vegetables, and hanging out with you fine people on this lovely Christmas Eve. Never give up your optimism. I don't want to, man. You know, and I'll try. I really work hard I don't work hard at my optimism, but I'm challenged with my optimism in some cases. Many of my classes are wonderful. Every student is involved and engaged, and they put you on a high. But if you have a class where half the students are not paying attention, it can really bum you out. And you know, you come home and you just have a bad day. Yeah. Merry Christmas from Nanjing. Okay. I'd want to go to Nanjing. I was in Shanghai, and I have a friend of mine who's a stewardess on Shenzhen Airlines, and she's been trying to get me to go to Nanjing forever. You know, she's sent me all kinds of pictures and history of that city. I'm a fan of Chinese history. I want to go see it. So Black and Blue, you know, greetings from Zhongshan. Don't let negative people influence you. You know, you always say that, but of course they do. If you hang around negative people, you know, it's like osmosis. It's going to fall back on you sometimes, and that's unfortunate. What I mean so sad is that those students don't care about your lecture. Yeah, you know, it's rude. It's plain and rude. My father was a professor for like 1 year, like part-time, an adjunct professor, taught nights. back in California, and he hated it. He said that it's the students that don't pay attention just completely ruin the experience of being a teacher in that setting. And when I told him I got this job, he's like, "Okay, be careful. You know, I'm proud of you, Paul. It's going to be great. You know, you're going to do well. But you know, when you have those students that don't care, they're really going to challenge your optimism for the gig." And he's right; it really does. Merry Christmas, Paul. So nice to see you live. How's the weather? Hope you can visit Malaysia again. I would love. Huawei Y52. Thanks for. I loved Malaysia. I was only there for like 3 days in KL, and I loved it. It was. I can't wait to go back. The food is so freaking good. But the best thing that I noticed about KL was simply the people were just so damn friendly. They were so welcoming everywhere I went. I mean, the other place that blew me away was Philippines. Those two places are some of the friendliest places I've ever been in my life, and I can't wait to go back to Malaysia. I don't think I'll go back to KL, but what's the name of the other side of Malaysia? You know, the less inhabited island area. It has all the beautiful beaches and the hiking. I want to go check that out, maybe. You know. Then the weather is. It's been cold and warm, cold and warm. That's why I'm under the weather tonight. It was warm the last couple of days, and today was freezing cold. It's supposed to be warm again tomorrow. I miss snatching. I miss snatching phones or waking them up. Haven't taught older students for a while, and my previous school didn't allow phones. Now I'm teaching small groups. They're all interested. Good for you. I'm very happy for you. I have been snatching the phones too. You know, if I catch it, and I'll make an example. I'll say, I got a new iPhone. Check it out. All right. I've had as many as like 7 or 8 phones at the front of my classroom that I fan out and say, look at all these people who weren't paying attention. And yeah, they hate that. They really do. So I don't enjoy doing it. But it's what you got to do. And I don't wake them up. I've done it a couple times. You go up to someone and go, wake up, you know, and everyone laughs. But for the most part, I just kind of point to their buddies sitting next to them and say, hey, get in the jam, wake them up. Good luck for your mom and give me good videos. So on. Good luck for your mom. My mother's doing well. I will continue to try and do good videos, KT. My mother's doing very well. Thank you. What's your plan for Christmas? Longo Y? Classes tomorrow. It's testing. So I'll be testing all day tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, I'm meeting many of the teachers from Metten. We're going to go to the park and play some games and do a barbecue for a few hours in the afternoon. Everyone's bringing their families and their dogs. I'll film it all. I'm going to film a whole day, Christmas in China. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to dinner. I'm going to have a nice Christmas dinner. Thanks so much, everybody. It's great seeing you. I hope to see more of you. Take care. Merry Christmas. Cheers. That's Longowee Island. Oh, Paul, you should visit Tioman Island as well. That's lots. If nice island retreat here in Malaysia. Cheers. I'm not a big island beach guy. I don't do islands so much, or beaches. I mean, I like mountains and beautiful nature. I do like a nice quiet beach, but I try to stay away from touristy areas as much as I can. I got to go through touristy areas. I'll take a look. I'll see it, but then I want to get off the beaten path a little bit and go places where most people don't go. Holy crap! I got 15 people watching me. Hi, everybody. So I heard I got Nanjing, I got Maryland on here. You know,